Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 3 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out our previous series on Transport Fever and the other 2 videos in this episode. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, like and comment, let me know how I'm doing, and subscribe for more videos. So let's go ahead and hop into episode 3 here. We're just taking a look at our passenger train. Running from Dudley down to Honiton via Stafford. And the passenger numbers waiting for this train are extraordinary. 93. Just so you remember, this train has 56 capacity. So we've got 93 waiting at Honiton, 62 and 19 in various directions, and then 26 waiting up at Dudley. So what I want to do is I really want to get a second train on here, and that's going to be the first major thing that we do. Before we do that, I just want to show you a little bit of the stuff that I did off camera. I managed to clean up this rail line down here, as well as kind of decorate this station a little bit. I put a loading warehouse here with some ramps. Put some, more crude oil around the place. Added on one of these buildings, put in a little wall. I actually didn't end up doing too much terraforming here. I did most of this with the paint tool. So, backed the grass up off the shoreline and added in some, I forget what they call this, ballast, I think is what it's called. Yeah, ballast. To look like they're really, reinforcing this rail area to keep it level. And then I actually kind of did the same thing here. I put ballast all the way up the sides to make it look like they had to cut through here, but they're trying to retain that shape to allow this train to run. There you go. We've got our awesome train running up here. And then I did some decorating up here as well. I expanded the refinery a bit over here and added some crude oil cargo as well as some refined oil cargo around the place. I think it looks really good. So you'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. Trying to think if I did any other major decorating. I did a little bit over here. Added in some cargo, carried the dirt through, added in a short wall. And then as well up here at the stone, added in a little warehouse, a dumpster, some cable so that if they ever have to work on any of the machinery that's in here, they can replace the cable. Some crates, which I would imagine would have replacement parts for this heavy machinery. Yeah. So I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. Again, let me know what you think in the comments. So let's get started on adding another train onto this line. Now, for those of you who may not be totally familiar with this game, if we just added another train onto this line right off the bat, it would come up here and sit here and probably never get on the line. Maybe once this guy passed it would, and then it would hop on. But these trains would have no way to pass one another, so it would never work. So we're going to need to put in passing loops. And I'm probably going to put in 3 of them, just given the way that this is set up. We'll probably have one just after this machine tools section, running probably right down to this bend. We'll probably have one shorter one running from just after this station up to this bridge. And then we'll have one right after this bridge running down just before the station. So let's go ahead and put our first one in. So we want to come down here and we want to grab a track. Let's see. So I'll put that track in like that, and then we'll just mirror this pretty good ways down this line. So let's see, if I kind of bring it down here, if I grabbed like here, I want to get it so that it's pretty much in line with that curve. And then we'll go ahead and just connect that in. So this is going to be our first passing loop. And with signals, we want these to be one way. And we're going to want to signal just before the merge in the direction that we're going. So this signal is essentially going to tell this train, all right, can I get into the station? Is there a train that's coming out of the station that will prevent me from getting in? If there is, it will wait here until that train passes. If there isn't, it will cruise right through and go into the station. And then we'll need another signal down here at this end, also right before the merge, which is going to tell that next train the same thing. Can I get all the way into this station? If so, it will go through. If not, it will wait. So that's our first passing loop. And what that should have done is, you can see now, trains will move on the right side of the track, going in each direction. So that's our first passing loop. Our second one is going to be right down here. So let me just make sure that I can get... Yeah, so I can get a track through here. Perfect. So I'll bring this track down. And then right after this station, we'll merge up and in. And then again, we'll need a signal right before that merge. Pause it real quick because we haven't finished setting up our track yet. And again, I'm going to grab here, and I'm going to drag it out so that it's in line with that curve, just for aesthetic purposes. And now we'll need a signal right here, and that should have fixed the line so we can let it play. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. We'll go to quarter speed. Great. So now, once again, these trains will be able to pass each other in this portion of the track. Now, I'm not going to double track, and you can see now he's using the right side. I'm not going to double track the bridge because that's extremely expensive. So this whole section here will be what's considered a block. Meaning that if there's a train from this end of the bridge all the way to this end, it will block trains from using it in the other direction. And now we're going to need a passing loop on this side as well. So I'll branch it off from here. And now we'll carry it all the way down, maybe to there. And let's see if we can get a nice curve. That looks pretty good. So then we'll merge it in there. And now we need one-way signals. So we'll need a one-way here going in. And then we'll need a one-way down here just before the merge. Let's just double check. Yep, so that worked. Great. And now I'm going to pause it just because I want to see where this train is. All right, so he's all the way down here. That's perfect. So we're going to need enough money to get another train on here. So I'll borrow maybe 3 million. I hope that that will be enough. It will be, so I can actually go ahead and repay a little bit of that. And now we have another train on here, which is great. So we'll have to add another siding for those cars. I could honestly just add them on, like right up here. Either way. Great, so those trains, we've now got 2 trains on that line. And I'm just leaving this pause for a second because I want to see if there's anything else that we would want to do with this money while we have it before we lose it. I might add, let me see if I have enough. So if I go into both of these trains, these passenger cars, yeah, they're 400. I can't afford to add another one on. So we'll just live with that for now. And now we'll let the game run. And now we've got this second train on here, and these will pass each other in those blocks that we just created. Which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. So we've got great numbers on this train. And this guy should pick up virtually a full load down here. One thing I want to know, so we got 2 people and 8, so that's plenty for this guy to move. Let's check out how this bus line is doing. So no one's waiting down here. 9 are up here. How many vehicles are on this bus? 2. Let's see. That bus is doing okay. I'll probably leave the 2 for now. And let's see how this bus is doing. Or this carriage, I guess. Yeah, so one is fine up here. Perfect. So now he left with 37. That's not bad. Dudley hasn't had it as nearly as much time to grow as Stafford and Honiton. So for now, that's okay. And let's see. So he's coming back now. And he's coming back now. So one of them is going to get stuck at the station. And I imagine... it looks like he's probably going to have to wait. It looks like he's probably going to beat him here. Just barely. So we'll see. And we'll see how these blocks work. These passing loops. So he's now in the loop. He's about to exit his loop. Yep. So he's going to go in. So now this signal is going to tell this train, that he cannot get into this station. So he's going to wait until this guy clears out. So now he's going to clear out and pass. And then once he's completely passed, yep, he'll go in. Perfect. And that's exactly how it's supposed to work. And now we've got 2 trains running on that route. Just continue to pay down that loan as we go. And he's taken 30 up to Dudley. That's actually pretty good. He's got 56. I really want to get another car on those. But in the meantime, there's actually some other stuff that we want to get working on. One thing that's going to be decently expensive is I want to put a train line in from Newcastle down to Horsham. And the reason is that these passenger stops, this is just not stagecoach territory. Like 53 down there, 49 up here. I think we could put in a train line, and I think it would work really well. Horsham's got some interesting terrain in and around it. So it's going to be kind of a trick to get a rail station in here. We could go like right down on the coast and put one in here. But I'm kind of thinking that if we put one in here, that would work. It's just going to be really expensive to rip all this out. But then we can kind of follow the same contour as the road that we put in. Probably cut behind this fuel refinery. And then come right back down the same way that we did. And right in to Newcastle. Maybe with a station right here on the coast. Just a thought. That's going to be really expensive though. Because we're going to be ripping out a ton of stuff. Another thing that I wanted to do today was start to get some tools into Honiton. We have a tools factory here that takes planks. We can make planks at the sawmill here. And we've got a couple options for logs. We have logs here, and then we have logs here. And I was actually thinking that if we take them from here, we can run a train down and kind of island hop right across here and bring them right in. And that could work. But while we are waiting for our money, one thing that I did want to do is I wanted to establish a passenger route with stagecoaches up here to Ashby from Retford. But I don't want to use this huge hill. I want to take a road, because you can see there's a little gap. We could probably even go over this little portion of this hill. So we could probably take like this road or this road and just run up there. So why don't we do that? So we'll take just the small 2-lane dirt road and we'll go up there and then down there. And now let's see how that looks hill-wise. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's just a small, moderate hill that they'll get up and over, no problem. Now I'm going to stay in the terrain view as we work our way down here. We just need to wait for a little bit of money. Probably from that crude delivery that's coming in right now. I'm interested to see how these lines are doing. So the Dudley and Honiton. Yeah, these should do well. Like this one, this is the original. It was doing great. And now that we've got 2 on there, they should do really well. They're both traveling. This one's only got half because it's just going up to Dudley. The Stafford to Dudley stretch is the one that struggles a little bit to fill up passengers, but the Honiton to Stafford route has plenty of capacity on it, which is good to see. All right, so now we got a little bit of money. So let's go ahead and go back into our terrain view. We'll just kind of follow these contours down here. And then I want to actually prioritize this movement. So I'm just going to delete that out, connect that in. So now it's a smoother movement going from Retford to Ashby on this road. And now let me see. So they're going to come into the city, and they can turn and probably stop at this stop again. I might want to use a separate stop, and then they can kind of cross over if they want to. I'm just trying to think, like, these... I don't want these carriages to necessarily get stuck behind one another, is the only issue. I could put it there. Yeah, let's do that. And then they're going to come in here. I could have them come straight. Maybe stop like right here. That's got really good coverage of the whole city. And then they can loop back out. So let's go ahead and establish a new line. So it'll be from this stop all the way up to here. I'll make that a like a light red color, just to contrast with this blue. So that looks great. Actually, it doesn't. I want them to use this road. So what we're going to need to do is put in some waypoints. And then I'm also going to put in a waypoint here because I want them to use it. So after... Yeah, so that works. But I want them to use this road. So now they're going to use that road and go up to there. Perfect. And this is going to be a bus route from Retford to Ashby. And we're not putting the bus in anymore. But let me just see how long I had these guys waiting. 60 seconds, I think? Yeah. So I'll have them wait for full load for 60 seconds. Full load for 60 seconds. Perfect. And now I'll go ahead and get some vehicles on there. Maybe 4. We'll put those on that Retford to Ashby route. And hopefully they'll split right here. And we should start to see some passengers moving up here to get on this route. I just wanted to say I'm really enjoying not coloring the vehicles. Like, I just think some of these look so good uncolored. It was kind of odd seeing, you know, bright pink, like entirely bright pink diesel freight trains with, you know, 30 cars of oil, and there isn't, you know, a single thing on the train that's not bright pink. Like, some of the vehicles handle the coloring really well, and they only color, you know, certain portions of the vehicle, and I think it looks really good. Others, when they completely saturate the entire vehicle with that color, it just looks kind of odd. Nothing against pink, but That was just an example. All right, so let's think about how we could fit a train station in here. Horsham is really developing in an interesting way. I could connect this up here so that that's still connected and then delete this out. It's just, that's going to be so expensive. It's going to cost $400 to delete that out. I could fit the station in like right there, which means I would have to delete both of these. So that's going to cost me almost $1 million just to delete those. All right, we might put the brakes on that and do this this logs route first, because there's actually pretty favorable terrain here. We could put a station in right here and then run right down here, probably cut right in between this set of contours at its narrowest width, and then follow down here. Might have to get rid of this road just because it's sort of in the way. Come down, come onto here, punch straight across using these islands, and then go up to here. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So let me just think about where I want to put this station. I'm going to go back into that terrain view. So let's put a terminus cargo station, 240 meters. We'll kind of spin this around. Trying to see the angle, so I want to head like right up into that. So ideally I would want it pointing like that. Yeah, like right there. Oh, and that's actually not connected here. All right, so we're gonna have to add in a road. That looks like just about as close as we can get that road, and I really hope that that connects in. I can make it work where it is. I can rework some of these roads. So let's see. Yep, so that's connected now. Perfect. And now we're going to need to run a track. So let's get our tracks. We're out of money again. So that's going to cost $60K to go right through there, which is doable, certainly. But we just need to wait for a little bit of money. Let's see how these lines are doing. So we're completely overloaded here. We're keeping this with a pretty good supply of stone. It's just about running out every time one of these arrives to deliver. 2, 1, now it just got another delivery. But we could go with some more vehicles on the construction materials delivery. This is starting to get a decent amount, which is good. So let's go into here. Let's go into our terrain. We're going to curve up, and then we're going to punch right through there. That's connected now. And now we're out of money again. Fantastic. So while we do that, let's get rid of some of these roads, because we're basically going to run our track exactly where this road was. So we'll get rid of that. And then we're going to go straight across here, right over to there. So some of these roads might be in the way as well. I was planning on relaying this road anyway, so I'll just back it out for now, because I'm going to make a more direct route over here to deliver the planed timber to this factory in a more efficient manner, so that we can then truck the tools into Honiton. See how these trains are doing. Doing pretty good. The only line that we currently have losing us a little bit of money is the Dudley line, and that's not totally surprising. Just because Dudley is so small currently. Interestingly enough, this is more the area that's not served. I don't know why I put that station up there. Oh, I think it's because that road connection they automatically made. I don't think I had that in. So we honestly more need a stop up here and like down here. So let's see, if I just kind of drag this out here and then connect that in. So none of this area is served, so like if we put a stop in like right there. So they could, let's see. So they would come in, stop there, come down, loop up. Just gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna delete that stop. Actually, do I want that stop in there? Yeah, maybe. And then I might flip this to the other side of the street. But the problem is that there's really nowhere to cross. So what if I just take this out, just so that we get a crossing? Now we edit this line. So I'm going to take this back to just pick up whatever you've got. Actually, I'm going to delete that altogether. So you're going to come down to here, up to here, and then up to here. Just picking up whatever they've got each time. And now Dudley's got full coverage, which is good. We'll have to see how this works, because if he picks up too many people at this stop and this stop, he won't be able to pick up any here, and so on down the line. All right, cool. So our crude's coming in. That's our big delivery. That's what makes us our money. Do we have passengers waiting? So we got 3 up here. These both took full loads, which is great. We've got 8 waiting here. Cool. So that's working pretty well. Alright, so we got a little bit of money. I'm just going to pause real quick while we lay some of this track. We'll go back into our terrain view. And we'll bring this track down here. And now we're going to need more money to make that work. All right. So slow and steady getting this track laid. And just to show you guys kind of what I did over at the other cut that we had to make. So I went through and kind of deleted out all of the surrounding vegetation. And then I went in and I got the ballast. And then I just kind of filled in wherever we made the cut. to make it look like it was, you know, intentional and they were really trying to retain the shape of that cut through there. And I think that that just makes it look much nicer, much more realistic. Which, is kind of what I'm after in this playthrough, anyway. Making it look a little bit more realistic. And then, like, down here, we can go in and get, like, some of our asphalt. Come in here and get rid of some of those trees. Fill in with asphalt, like, all the way up to here. Kind of like that. And then I'll probably kind of extend this platform out to the left with, you know, some asphalt or some gravel, and I'll put in, you know, lumber, because that's what we're taking from here. And I think it'll look nice. Just trying to kind of integrate this a little bit better. So now we've got a little bit more money. So now we should be able to make this bridge. And now the question is, where do we want to go? That actually lines up really well to punch straight across there using these islands. So we'll go like right to there. Now we're going to need more money, but this should work, and we're just going to go... Just got a little bit more. We're just going to take this straight. Looks like the easiest way to do it is all at once. But that's essentially what we're doing. So we're utilizing both of these islands. That's interesting. That's definitely going to need a little bit of terraforming. I'll probably allow it to do that, but then I'll come back through and actually lift up some of this terrain around here to make that look a bit better. But that's essentially what we're going to be doing. So then once we get these logs over here, we're going to have to establish a road connection, probably running right down this beach. Probably remove... that could work. I'll just back this all the way out. So we'll kind of curve around and then run like generally straight kind of into there. So I'll back that out as well. And you can see we're now back up to 6 because we had to take out that another big chunk of loan to be able to add another train on. These trains are doing really well. Currently, they're our highest earner, although in reality, the Warminster crude line is our highest earner. So he's taken 43. No one's waiting there, but that's just because this train just left with a full load, which is great. Okay, so now let's see how this does. So that picked up 4 there, which is great. So that is working. That Dudley bus is working. And now he's going to wait here for that train to pass. Perfect. Great, so now we have a ton of money, so we should be able to lay the rest of this track. So let's go into our tracks. And I want this to be straight. Which it is, so it'll come right onto there. We have that awesome wooden bridge. And I imagine at some point later in the game, once we get more shipping going, we're going to have to come in here and like strategically arch some of this bridge. Because it's blocking the entire waterway right now. So ships just can't get through here. Same thing down here. Ships can't get through here, but that's okay, because I don't know how much would want to pass through here. Can't really get around that too well anyway. But like this is a pretty major waterway. Separating this large island with this island chain. So, you know, like if we ever want to put a port at Honiton, we'll have to come in here and strategically lift one of these tracks. All right, so we don't have enough money to build the station yet. That's okay, though. Why don't we kind of look for a place where we can make a siding? Flat terrain. I'll probably end up making it over here, honestly. Because I think that this is really flat over here. So the siding will go in maybe next to the station. That could look cool. And we're gonna have to come through and, you know, fix some of this a little bit. I'll do all of that probably off camera, just because I'm gonna have to let the game run a little bit to get enough money to use the terraforming tool. A lot of that, honestly, waiting for the money, is the reason why I did this. And I actually think it looks great. Like if we see our train coming through here, it looks like it was meant to be. You know, that it was designed to be like that, which is great. So I really like how a lot of this turned out. You guys will definitely have to let me know in the comments. You know, I think this station looks really good. Warminster. This is actually a, this is an airfield asset. This loading dock, which I thought was really interesting. But yeah, I think it looks really good. Might just come through here with some dirt, actually. Get rid of some of that grass in there. Awesome, but once we get that, we should have plenty of money to finish up laying this track. And then all we have to do is decide whether we want to wait for the money to buy the train or take a loan. We could probably take a loan because we're putting in a big freight train route, which is going to make us, you know, a ton of money. So, you know, that's the fast way to do it. I don't know if it's the right way to do it. I might just come in here with some trees, just kind of put them in where that road used to be. So it's like it was never there. I guess I missed the delivery and we already lost that money. All right, let's take a look down here now. So we got 3 passengers waiting here, 1 here, and 13 here. I think we might want to get another vehicle on that route. And just kind of, I think that that's going to improve this just because I don't want them to completely fill up. And it looks like this North Street stop is being underserved as a direct result of that. So now this guy doesn't have any, but like he could only fit 1 more. So when he gets up here, he's only going to take 1 from this North Street stop. Let's see how this is doing. 44 out of 56. It's not bad. How many people want to go down to Honiton? 16, 20 to Dudley. Now he just pulled in here. So he's getting 54 going back to Stafford, which is a pretty good number. And these passing loops are working really well, allowing these trains to move pretty freely without interfering with one another. That's great. Awesome. These stops are completely overloaded. Completely. You know, we could probably go through and add in, you know, some... Just line this up. And now let's get this track laid. Let's see if I have enough. Yep, 45. Awesome. And that didn't really do anything weird to the terrain. But now that's connected. So now let's establish our new line. So it's going to be Farnsborough up to Bridge House. We'll make it kind of this dark orange. And at Farnsborough, I want you to wait for a full load for maybe 120 seconds. Shouldn't matter. That stop should always be full of logs. But this is going to be Farnborough to Bridge House, and this is going to be logs. Awesome. And again, at Farnborough, waiting for a full load. Perfect. So now, we just need to wait for a little bit of money to put in our siding and then buy our train. And I honestly think I'm going to put the siding in right here. I think that will look really cool. I think that'll look really good, rather. Perfect. Got a train coming back now. Full passenger train. Almost full passenger train running in both directions, which is great. Wondering if we could get another... See, he's just not filling up, though. The number of people here definitely warrants another vehicle. The number of people on the other end, I'm not sure if it does. Alright, so now we've got enough money to lay our siding so that we can get a depot on here. So let's see, if I put a track... If I put it like right there, can I get this in here? Not quite. Almost. Pretty close. If I bring it to there, can I get this in there? Yes. It's not tremendously long for a siding, but I think it will do. And then we'll carry this up just a little bit. And then we'll merge it in, and now we're going to need a signal here. This is not going to be a one-way, but it is just going to stop the train there. And now let's see how much it's going to cost us to get a good train on here. So we want the general. And for cargo, I'm thinking we want at least 80 capacity. So that's going to cost us 3 million. Yikes. Let's do it. 3 mil right there. Can I get one more car on there? I can, so why don't we do it? So we got 91 capacity now. We'll put that on that line. And now we are going to get obliterated financially right there. We're probably not going to get to this line anytime soon, so why don't I spend that money to get a couple more stagecoaches on this line. So I'll get 2 on there. And then is there anywhere that needs 1 more? See, there's 6 people waiting here, 3 there. That's probably good. This line is also good. It's got 2 on it already. Ooh, this line could probably use another one. 25 waiting there. 50 waiting there. Yep. So let's get 1 more vehicle on there, and that is all of our money. Spent. Primarily borrowed. And now let's just make sure that that's connected. Yep, so we're getting logs on here. Perfect. And those are going to be delivered all the way down here to the Bridge House sawmill. And we'll definitely go ahead and take a ride on our mill train for the end. It's going to be a nice long ride. And To be completely honest, this is probably going to be a shorter episode, primarily because we are virtually out of money. You know, it's going to take us a little time to earn back a lot of that money. And what I'll probably do is I'll pause time for you guys so that no time elapses. And then I will let the game run while I do a little decorating around the place, because that doesn't cost, that doesn't cost any money to do the decorating. And that way, just when we get into the next episode, we'll be done with the loan, we'll be done with the financial issues, we can just get right back to, you know, building stuff and making it look great, and you know, really getting going with our playthrough. You can see we're already up to an $800,000 loss. So let's see, he's coming in to deliver some crude, so that should give us, you know, $450. And then he's coming in here to pick up logs, and he should just pick these up and turn around straight away. Yep. And now I'm interested to see how the speed does, because that's one thing that our crude train struggles with, is speed. So I'm interested to see how long it takes him to get to 28 miles an hour. There really is no elevation change to speak of, which is good. You know, he's not going to be fighting anything, but he's also not going to get the help of an elevation change. I'm also interested to see how much this makes on a single delivery. So he's only up to 23, 24. Will he hit 28 before he hits the bridge? Probably not. Maybe. 27. 26. I don't know why I just jumped to 27 there. Yep, 28, right before the bridge. So now he's at top. He's topped out on speed. He's going across. Great, so I'll be interested to see how much money this train makes us. I imagine it's going to be a lot. I just hope it's enough to justify taking out that loan. So where's this guy? Is he on his way back? He's on his way back, still a ways away. So let's come back here and catch how much money this makes. I'm hoping it's like 500,000. That's my hope anyway. We'll see if I'm right. So let's see, he's coming in now. 500. That's what I want. 930. That is so much better than I thought it was going to be. I'm pretty ecstatic about that. And on that note, that's gonna be the end of this episode. We're gonna take a ride on that lumber train, the full thing. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. As always, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Let me know how I'm doing. And I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Enjoy the train ride at the end of the episode, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.